Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 36 of the Stire Sound. We're here to recap the racing action from the most recent weekend. Once again, Nashville Supercross, Riola Sardo MXGP, another wild day in Supercross, a wild afternoon to be exact. Joining me, as always, from the Dirt Legal Dirt Bike Depot WMR KTM team, not just one, but two riders in the main event, back on track. Jack Noel is here. Vibes got to be high after Nashville, not just because it was Nashville, but two riders in the main event. Marcus Phelps, career best top 15. Jace Kessler also breaking a 2-year drought. Granted, he missed all of last season due to injury, but a huge step forward for the Dirt Bike Depot boys after a couple weeks of being just on the outside.
Yeah, no, it's been one grind of a year for sure. I mean, the beginning of the year just kind of sucked. Like we just weren't very good and the class was deep and we obviously weren't we were close-ish. Like we were in like Arlington, we were somewhat close in the LCQ with Jace and Marcus. They're both inside the top 10 and then Chase went down and then Marcus just could not he struggled with that whip section that night and then and we go to the next race. I don't remember Daytona. We were close again. I think we were like sixth and eighth in the LCQ. Then we go to I want to say it was what was after
Indy.
Daytona. Indy did make the Triple Crown. That one was tough. And then Birmingham East West shootout. Like it's been a last couple races have been tough. I mean Birmingham we weren't even close to making the night show. And then Detroit Marcus getting crashed out in second. Jace being kind of nowhere to be seen after his little after such a great qualifying performance, and then St. Louis step in the right direction. We made the night show in St. Louis, but with Marcus getting that whole shot in the LCQ, man, it's like man, we were so close to getting a main event right there. And an East West main event would have been crazy. I mean, I don't think I would have expected that. I don't think anybody would have expected that from our guys. So. Um, yeah, no, that was cool. Just to be there. So that was like I said in our direction. Then obviously it doesn't feel the same as a main event. You know what I mean? So this weekend that was the goal for both guys, and both guys looked pretty good on press day. I think riding press day with just like the star guys out there and stuff like that really helped them. And you know, moving into the night show, like the vibe was just good. Like nobody was putting pressure on them, like other than themselves. It was very much like self-inflicted pressure, like they knew they had to do. It's like now or never. This is like one of the last normal races of the year. Let's just do what we got to do to be in the main event, right? And that's exactly what happened. I mean, Marcus struggled in the heat race, like he was in transfer spot, was in the eighth, went dropped back down to 10th, crashed on the last lap, and then Jace just kind of like got into like moved from like 14th to 12th and like just never like wasn't able to make a move, which is fine. I mean, he had a good, decent game pick for the LCQ and sure enough, both of those boys came out 1-2 and just rode it in. Like it was Jace had to ride very defensive, which I think kind of helped Marcus in a sense, like helped Marcus kind of build a gap. And Jace is good at that. Like a race arena cross, like the Partzilla series, he's been very, very good at just playing defense and having to ride tight and so that was I think that played a part in how well he rode. I mean, and then the main event, I mean, Marcus just was actually rode a really, really good race. Like it was a true 15-minute moto from Coos. He never like faded off, never like looked like wavered really. Like his lap time stayed relatively the same within like 3 seconds of each other, which like you start seeing like big drop offs like all of a sudden, then it's like what happened? But like it was really more like the track just got slower and everybody was getting slower. So like it was kind of like one of those things. But he was just like I said to him before, I said, you just gotta find like that pace where like you're not like getting sketchy, but like you're not slow. And he's like, all right. And like he found that pace and got a little bit lucky on the last lap. He was in 16th, and Derek Kelly and Jeremy Hand decided to have a off track excursion where they took each other out. And we got the beneficiary of it, top 15. I cannot complain with that at all. I think that was a great ride from Coos. And then Chase just kind of settled back in that, like he kind of got stuck in that battle in the back of the pack, and like Coos didn't, like he was like in that mid pack battle from like the Like it was almost like the ninth to 15th battle, like where he was, and he's able to just kind of tag along with that group. He wasn't really in the mix with those guys, but he wasn't in the battle behind him, and he wasn't really in the battle in front of him. But he was able to hold on to the battle in front of him a little bit, stay closer to that than he was the battle in the back. So it kind of allowed him to bridge that gap and see him finish so high up. And Chase just kind of got stuck in that battle back there, moved his way around a little bit, and then finished it out in 18th. So not a bad moto, both in the top 20. We didn't get last and second to last and first to last, whatever it was. And yeah, no, it was a good weekend for the boys. And then on top of that, the racing DVD class just absolutely shook everything up. The whole crowd was going crazy. I'm watching my guys. I'm like, what the hell's going on over there? It's crazy shit. And then the 450 class too, same thing. Crazy shakeups. That track was insane. Like the most insane dirt. Uh, like the pictures after the track, it looks like it was like concrete, but then it was also like sandy. It was really weird. So yeah, no, I'm interested to see what you have to say about it too, because the 250 class was crazy.
Yeah, we actually had a crazy 250 round for once. It seems like the last few weeks it's just been Cole Davies wins, Hayden Deegan wins, and then we have Cole Davies wins again, but chaos happening behind him. We'll start with the 250s. Seth Hammaker, you talk about wanting to make things entertaining, wanting to make things the hard way. Seth Hammaker was out there, goes down a couple different times. The first time he went down, clipped a tough block, went down pretty hard, but gets back up. Thankfully, the track worker was there to help get the bike off of him. Gets back up, cuts the corner. Devin Simonson's right there. AMA officials, I don't know if they were super stoked on it or not. I heard a couple jokes. It's like, oh, the Star guys are running to the AMA trucks immediately to get that one checked out. But Cole Davies, realistically, once he got in the lead, he was cruising. Nate Thrasher was up there for a little bit. Then he falls back. Dax Bennick's running up there. Seth charges back to third. And it's like, well, he's going to salvage a podium out of this. Then he starts battling with Dax Bennick. And then Dax just goes sideways entering the mechanics area. Both men go down. I thought Dax was going to be hurt because it looked like his arm kind of got stuck in Seth's spokes a little bit. But thankfully, both of those guys got back up. Meanwhile, Cole Davies is just 15 seconds in front of everybody again, cruising around, gets the race win again. Thrasher P2 almost had that win, man. I almost had that win pick right. Had to swing for the fences. Thrasher looked a lot better. Credit to him. And then Hammaker crosses the line in P3. Devin Simonson gets by Dax Bennick after the crash, but penalty for Seth Hammaker, docked 2 spots for cutting the track. That drops him to fifth. Devin Simonson, I mean, what a journey for that dude to go from an up and down career, just roller coaster, promise in his rookie year, then only one main event in 2022, back in some main events and a top 10 in the 450 class in 2023 to going over to the GPs. That didn't go well. He gets hurt. 24 wasn't very good, but he gets a shot with Club MX. Then last year hurts his wrist before the season, gets some top tens, shows he has some promise, and then this year, Devin Simonson's easily been one of the most improved riders, and I know a lot of people have said it, but for that guy to get a podium is absolutely huge. And no offense to Devin, but I wouldn't have had him as the first club guy to get a podium this year. I would have definitely had Voland or Schock there. And credit to Devin Simonson. Like he said in the press conference, he's like, you got to be in it to win it, or in this case, in it to be in the podium fight. Seth Hammaker, though, ordinarily you finish third, you only lose 5 points to Cole Davies. He loses 8 points instead with his penalty. I think Cole Davies is going to win the championship regardless, whether Seth finished first or whether Seth finished second or third. Cole was going to gain points if he won. And now it's a bit more. And then you look through the field, Landon Gordon made his debut. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened there. He went down. Something happened early. I know he pulled off to the side and they showed it on the TV broadcast, but a little bit more of a wild main event. Cole Davies, another victory. This is four, I think, this year. 4 or 5. Yeah, it's four because he's at six now all time. And now Seth Hammaker, a penalty. Another penalty to talk about. Last week, there was like one penalty the entire day, and it's because somebody stopped in the 450C session, I think, of qualifying. This week, well, we're back with penalties. Derek Kelly, you talked about him and Jeremy Hand having a scuffle. Wasn't sure what happened. I knew they crashed. Derek Kelly also got docked, which ended up helping out Jace Kessler and some other guys, but It was a little bit more wild. The result's the same. Cole Davies on top, but Nate Thrasher showing speed. Seth Hammaker goes down a couple times, salvages third, and then gets docked. Crazy afternoon, but regardless, Cole Davies is still on top. Nothing's changed there.
Man. It's been a weird year if you're on a Kawasaki, right? I mean, Seth Hammaker's been kind of given the shit end of the stick too many times, it feels like, and Cole Davies seems
Been
to
a
be getting
weird
it.
year just in general. I mean, it's been fun for us race fans, but
Yeah, like from like riders' perspective, I think it's been like really weird. Like I don't think there's anything that's like you look at it and you're like, this makes a whole lot of sense. Like this is the right call here. Like you never really say that like ever. And like I've been saying all year, Star Yamaha seems to be getting like really big advantages from these penalties. Like I'm not saying what Seth did was right. Like I see it from the AMA's perspective. I do. And I think if Devin wasn't right there when it happens, they probably don't care. I really don't think they say anything.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they
Or it's
penalize
one
him.
spot instead of two, if anything.
Exactly. And but the fact that Devin was there and he kind of like said he let him by, but he didn't really let him by.
No, he was like right beside and hounding him immediately. I mean,
Like,
if he like kind of rolls through the whoops and Devin goes by, once again, I don't know if it's such a problem, but you're heat of the moment. You're in the race, you're trying to get back going, so you have a guy
100%.
right beside you, natural instincts to try to pull away and go get your position back.
Yeah, I agree. So like that's just the thing. Like it's like the if he does something different, does the penalty become different? Like it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, I don't really think he gained an advantage from any of it. Like it's not like he like I don't know, the dude was down for 12 seconds. Like
It was a very small cut. I mean, look at Hayden in Birmingham. I mean, a very small cut, but he gets
yeah,
docked.
yeah,
And it
no,
was it was very
100%.
minuscule, and I don't think he would have gained an advantage there either. But
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like I don't really I don't know. I don't really understand it a whole lot. Like it doesn't really like it doesn't register with me very easily. Like I mean, I think championship points taking those away, but positions too. Like you start messing with positions, you start messing with guys' nights and like bonuses and stuff like that. I think that's just not right. Like Seth goes from making probably a 10 grand bonus to now making nothing, which like 10 grand is 10 grand. Like to anybody, I don't care who you are, 10 grand is 10 grand. And then you give Simonson a podium, and then he doesn't really get to experience the podium like you'd want to experience the podium. Like
yeah, that is a bummer, especially
I
for a
know
guy
how
like
that
that.
feels like, and I know how like we had a guy that was up there for the first time, and like how that feeling is. Like I saw this clip from David Pingree from Whiskey Throttle like the other day. It was like that moment when you podium is like it's it's a moment that you'll never forget for the rest of your life. And like, but now you're back at the club truck. Oh, Seth Hammaker is you got
Yeah, it's
third,
like,
bro.
oh, I got a trophy.
Yeah, literally, it's like it's kind of like just like there's no like emotion to it. Like it doesn't feel like a podium. It doesn't feel like you earned that. Like if they made the call right there, hey, Seth got docked 2 spots, Devin Simonson, you're on the podium. I feel like it's a little bit different. Like I feel like Simonson's like, you know what? Yeah, dude, I deserve this. Like I got, even though I says that I got fourth and Seth got docked, like I deserve this. Like he came in, he cut me off. I was gonna hold him off. Like whatever it was, like I deserve this. But no, like he got screwed. It's just I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like just take the points away, guys. AMA take the points away because like you took a win away from Deegan that helps Davies out. I don't know. They just seem the AMA guys must like Yamahas. I don't know what it is. It's just kind of weird to me. It's just kind of weird. Can't really explain it. Don't want to talk too much crap because like it's not that I think it's a huge deal. Like I mean it is, but it isn't. Like did they make a call? Yes. There's a little. Does it seem harsh? Yes. Does it seem like it's favoring somebody? Yes. Like does it take a moment away from somebody? Yes. Like this, I don't know. There's just a lot of things that go into it. Like at the end of the day, you gotta make the call, but you gotta make the call. I think earlier, in that sense, like like I saw when it happened. I'm like, shit, he's gonna get like
Yeah,
he's
it's
gonna
like, oh boy.
yeah. But like I don't know. If I'm the AMA, you just need to be more like you have to know what you're gonna do earlier, and you can't be like, let's sit down and talk about this. Like they all sit in a box together. They They all have headsets on. Like, talk about it. Hey, Seth Hammaker just cut the track right in front of Devin Simons and didn't let
Yep.
him by.
Rider number 10, dock 2 spots. Cut the
Exactly.
track. Yeah.
Like it just should be like there should be like more like cut and dry like rules. Like if you cut the track, no matter what you do, you're getting docked a spot, no matter what.
How
Right?
about Russell Bucheri in the LCQ getting docked 12 spots? I didn't see what happened, but that's insane. Something about he cut the start. I'm not 100% sure what happens. Like I said, I've never seen the video, but I looked in the results the other day. I'm like, how in the world do you get docked 12 spots from one cut?
What do
That
you
was insane.
where was he at to begin with?
He was P8. I mean, he wasn't in the transfer spots, but then it looks on the leaderboard is like, oh, P20. This guy sucks, in the LCQ. But no, 12 spot dock. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Or if I have, it's been like MXGP. I think Adamo in Switzerland got docked for something. I forget what it was. I think it might have been cutting the start. And it was like, oh, we're giving him an 18 position penalty. And it's like, what? That's
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
crazy.
insane.
That's crazy.
But
I don't
here
know,
we
but
are now.
what do
Okay,
you
go
so
ahead.
just want to ask 1 second. Like so you know how F1 has like the time rule, right? Like
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
take
Five
away
seconds
five
is beat.
seconds or something like that. What do you think would be like you think that would work in Supercross? I think it would. I think if you're like, hey, we're gonna take away 5 seconds from your total race time, or add 5 seconds to your total race time, and if this guy behind you's total race time finishes within that 5 seconds,
Yeah, he gets the spot.
he gets the spot. Like I think that's something because like at the end
I
of the
don't
day,
think that's a bad idea.
like Seth could have cut right in front of Simonson, gapped him by 30 seconds, and then it's like, why the hell are we docking him? He was clearly gonna pass him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like we could do some stuff like that, like that track cut probably gained him 3 to 5 seconds of time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the results right now. He would have only been fourth instead of fifth, but if you give Seth a 5 second penalty for that, Seth Hammaker's 28 seconds behind Davies, Simonson's 31, so Devin would have still got the podium if he would have been docked. That's
Like
that's
I
an interesting proposition.
I don't know, like it works in F1 and like it
Yeah.
makes sense because then like okay, the guy's like I have to make up 5 seconds, so he has to push himself still. Like
Yeah.
it's like and the guy behind him knows like you can figure that out enough on the pit board. Like
Yeah, I was gonna say if you had the radio chatter, you could have a guy write like need 2 seconds on the pit board or something like that. Like push.
yeah, like so I don't know. I think there's a way that you could do it, but I think that's something that we lack is that radio communication that F1 does have. But that's a story for another day. But that's my take on that. 250 class though, Cole Davies, unreal. Dude's cracked right now, dude. Like, dude, nobody's beating that guy.
We talk about the shenanigans, but it doesn't matter because Cole Davies is on a different level right now.
Yes, agreed. Like, and then
He's
Nate Thrasher, great ride. Actually, a great ride. Like, dude rode pretty phenomenally.
Yeah,
Obviously, got a little bit lucky to
home
get
race
second.
too.
Yeah, 100%. And got a little lucky to get second there. But and then Daxton Medic, so unlucky, so
Oh,
unlucky. He had a great ride going too.
poor guy.
Yeah, such a bummer. I think Seth was just kind of panicking. I kind of feel bad, but what
I
are you gonna do?
mean, that Dax Seth crash, I don't think there was any way to avoid that because Dax just slid out, and like by the time his bike's sideways, Seth is already right there. I mean that crash was one of those deals. I think from watching it at home, it was like, oh man, it's like neither of those guys had anywhere to go because Dak's bike just immediately kicks out. And then there's a guy right there on him, and then boom, they go down right in front of the mechanics area. But Cole Davies in control, Triple Crown this weekend again in Cleveland. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see him go 1-1-1 again. I mean, he's
I
owning
kind
that
of
mode right
fully
now.
agree. I don't think there's anybody touching him in that class.
Yeah, I agree with you. Now moving on to the 450 class. Once again, the championship battle delivers. We start the day. Eli Tomac, number one in qualifying. I was like, all right. I think ET3's back. He looked happy on the podium. Things seemed well. Heat races happen. Eli wins his heat. NBA J Coop wins his heat. Looks really good. We get to the main event, and just as we all predicted, Justin Hill gets out front to start the race on a Team Tedder KTM. Justin Hill, props to him. I know he faded back a little bit late, but dude, Hill was ripping. Great start. I thought he was going to get a podium. I was hoping for a while. I'm like, man, I want to see a Justin Hill podium. Get him up there, get him a trophy, get him a guitar. He likes playing guitar. He likes singing. That would have been awesome for him. But Hunter Lawrence, Ken Roczen, they get out front. Kenny takes the lead for a little bit, but Hunter chases him down. And that Gibson Guitars special graphic kit and special gear set. Hunter takes over the lead. And then we get some mistakes from Kenny. He goes over that inside by the Supercross triple, has to roll it. Then we see a crash out of Kenny, and he has to go into a Tribe Called Quest mode. Can I kick it? He gets back going. He's in P3, I think. I think he had to get back by Hill. Meanwhile, Hunter Lawrence is just kind of cruising out front again. This looks like one of the main events previously, like Birmingham, with a bit bigger of a gap. Hunter Lawrence is just cruising out front. Kenny loses a couple spots. Not quite the Kenny we saw the last couple weeks. Meanwhile, Eli Tomac starts in eighth, ninth, somewhere back there. I think he gets up to sixth or seventh. And then all of a sudden, you see him go baseball sliding across before the final corner, before the finish line. Looked like RJ Hampshire in the mud a few years ago, just sliding on through like Trey Turner. And then he loses some spots. You have Chase Sexton put in a good charge late. He gets up to P4. He's in that battle. He gets around Justin Hill. Cooper Webb was up there. He got around Justin Hill. He moved into second. Dylan Ferrandis was right there in that lead pack, getting better. He ends up getting a position docked from him for cutting the track. He went over the sand and is just like, "Yep, I'm cutting back on traffic."
Quick question though, before we like move into the rest of it. Did Dylan get knocked one or two spots?
Only one spot for Dylan.
See, that
Let me
doesn't
let
make
me
any
look at
sense. That doesn't
time
make any
delta
sense.
there as well. If we're doing 5 second rule there, it would have also only been one spot because Justin Cooper was 9 seconds behind Ferrandis when he finished on the track. It was also, I feel like, I don't remember how much it was, but it seemed like it was way more of a cut. Seth was literally just barely around the inside of the corner, and I don't remember what happened concrete wise, but it seemed like Ferrandis just went from outside of the sand to, oh crap, he's already back on track. So it
No,
seemed like a
literally,
little bit more egregious of a cut. But yeah,
like,
once again,
yeah,
where's the consistency?
that's what doesn't make sense. I'm just throwing that out there because that doesn't like. I mean, the cut from Ferrandis was like, yeah, no, we're just taking a left here. Like, we're not gonna waste our time and
Yeah.
go into the and like go around that little tough block in the corner. Like, and it was like the sand was like a slow part of the track, and he cut it off. So like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like,
And if it had been two spots, it'd have benefited the star guy. I'm surprised.
so I am a little surprised. You're right. I am.
But either way, Hunter Lawrence answers the bell after a couple tough weekends. Big win for the 96, fourth win of the year. Cooper Webb gets second. He's still hanging in there. He's 28 down. I mean, I don't see him ripping off wins like crazy, but with all the shenanigans happening, Cooper Webb is just hanging right in there. Ken Roczen gets third, loses a few spots. I don't know why my microphone keeps rotating, driving me crazy. But Kenny still salvages a podium, which all in all I think is a good result for him. Not a great day, but to still salvage a podium, yes, he does lose 5 points. Hunter Lawrence's points lead now up to 10. Eli Tomac, obviously the biggest loser of the day, and we said this a couple weeks ago as well, but Eli Tomac enters the day in Nashville. He's tied for the red plate. He's looking good. Then all of a sudden, after the heat race win, just nothing in the main event. Now he goes from tied to minus 15 going into Cleveland, which could be absolutely pivotal. I said last week, Nashville is where championships go to die, and Eli Tomac was trying to put a nail in his coffin on Saturday afternoon. But Hunter Lawrence back on top. Props to him. Great performance. Webb on the podium, Roczen on the podium. Chase Sexton, good ride after a mediocre start. Ferrandis looked solid. Justin Hill looked great. Plenty to talk about from the 450 main event. I mean, this is what you needed if you're Hunter Lawrence. You have a crash in Detroit, you lose the points lead, then you get back on the podium, but it's kind of shaky in St. Louis. It took him a while and he didn't really seem like himself, but now it looks like Hunter Lawrence is really back in the swing of things. And with the championship so close, going from tied for the lead to plus 10, another big swing. We've had them all season, but a big swing in Hunter's favor. Now entering another Triple Crown round, and obviously at the last Triple Crown, he was victorious at Indianapolis.
Yeah, Hunter Lawrence did have a great triple crown last weekend or last triple crown in Indy, and I think this is the round where he has to get it done to cement his name in the title. I think the after that we have Philly, Denver, Salt Lake. So you got four races left. Four. If he wins one of the next four, and Ken Roczen gets second, and then if he wins one of the next four and Ken Roczen wins the other three, he wins the title. If he can finish behind Ken Roczen when he gets second, whatever it is. So it's a big weekend. Like it's not easy. Like he has to in triple crowns, like we've seen so many times before, can catch guys out so fast. You get a bad start, you start trying to push yourself, bang, you're on the ground, and you're going. We went from seventh to 15th, and you're like your night's kind of screwed. Whatever. So I think this weekend's going to be all about who can be the most consistent going into these triple crown races. Like I don't know how the dirt's going to be. I hear there's a little rain in the forecast. Could be muddy.
Eh, I think the rain's a little bit of an overrated proposition. Trust me, I'm going to be there this weekend. I'm checking the weather every couple hours. But it seems like it says it's misleading. Like yesterday, I was talking to your guy Coos actually for Unsung Heroes, and he's like, "Oh, it might be a mutter this weekend." And I'm like, it's kind of misleading. It says 60% chance of rain on Saturday, but the weather I was looking at didn't say it was supposed to rain until 8 p.m. I don't know, man. We'll see, but go ahead and continue on with your thoughts. Just thought I
No,
would
yeah,
chime in
I
and
saw that
see.
too. As I was like, that is weird, but maybe it does rain. Who knows? But anyway, so
I'll
like I
check
said though,
AccuWeather and get a better idea.
yeah, like I said though, like it's been such a long championship, such a tight championship, especially these last couple of races, and losing all these points. Hunter Lawrence, like the momentum kind of got swept from under his feet, but this weekend he's kind of able to rebuild that, and get a good points night, right? Gain on a guy like Eli Tomac. Now Ken Roxon's a guy that's you're kind of going to be battling with. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. And it sucks because Tomac was in like such a spot where, dude, like he was like for somehow Tomac had the red plate. Like I didn't understand that. I'm like,
Yeah,
what the like how the heck does Tomac have the red plate right now? Like he's looked terrible the last 3 weekends, and he somehow has the red plate. Like I was like, whatever. This is crazy. So I don't know. I really think something must be wrong with Tomac because he didn't. I mean, but it looked like the day in Nashville looked so promising prior to the main event. P1 qualifying,
did.
heat
Yeah,
race
heat race
win.
fan. I mean, it's like Eli's back. He's here.
No, we were wrong. Like some must be wrong. I don't understand. Um, sorry, I don't understand what's going on. It's very confusing. Like they say, oh, the scoop tire, this scoop tire. I don't think it was a scoop tire. 'Cause scoop
Or
tires.
bike. Oh, it's bike. They completely changed things, and
I, I don't know, because like
I don't know, man.
the mistake from Tomac was so like self inflicted. Like he went in there way too hot and grabbed a load of front brake and literally just slid out.
I'm telling you, it looked like RJ's crash from the motor race a couple years ago. He just
Yeah,
went sliding across the start straight.
like he looked like he was just going forward and just grabbed a little too much front brake. It's like, dude, you know you can't do that. You ride this hard pack stuff every day. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Looking at AccuWeather, we should be good, but who knows what it's going to say. I don't know what's going on with Eli. And now he's going scorched earth on Lewis Phillips on Twitter, calling him a hack or whatever he said. I don't remember what all was said there,
What
but
did Lewis
T
say?
Tomac's getting into Twitter beefs. I gotta pull this one up.
Oh gosh.
Uh, I forget. Lewis was talking about something with talking to Ian Harrison after the race, and yeah, so somebody asked Lewis. He said, "Hey, did you get the scoop?" The scoop. Since Steve can't, of course, just friendly banner. And then he said, "Did I talk to Eli? No. Ian, yes." And then the other fellow responded, "Eli talks. Steve and Ian do communicate, so no one umping him there. I bet Darkside got the T. LOL." Then Lewis said, "Eli barely spoke to KTM. Ha ha." And then Eli comes in out of nowhere off the top rope because every time we see an Eli Tomac tweet, it's usually off the top rope, just dunking on somebody. He said, "You're spewing absolute garbage." Ian, Carlos, and Steph debriefed in the bus after the race. Then Jaden Ryan stopped by. "You have zero credibility with that statement. Hashtag you're a hack."
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Every time Eli shows up on Twitter, it's just to dunk on either Steve or Lewis, it seems like nowadays, or to talk about lappers and stuff. I mean, obviously, there are lots of
Tomac.
sides to stories. If Lewis only got Ian's view, he doesn't know everything going on there. And if Eli doesn't know what was said, he's able to say, I don't know. Once again, this is one of those things like I'm not in the middle of it. I don't know 100%, but kind of interesting. We see Eli just randomly losing his mind on some of these journalists.
Yeah, I've known Eli. I mean, we've all known Eli for being like little behind the keyboard, kind of a warrior, to be honest. Like all of a sudden he talks all this crap, like, but then
Somebody
when
in
he's
snowboard said it was like KD getting defensive randomly because KD sometimes he'd go on his burner and just let loose on
yeah,
Twitter.
like it's kind of weird. I'm like, well, whatever. But oh, interesting, interesting. But nonetheless, Tomac just did not look right at all.
Yeah. Looked great. Then all of a sudden he was AWOL in the main event.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. But I think there's still a chance. I mean, I'm never gonna count a guy like Tomac Cali. He could go out there and smoke everybody these last three. And he's always good in Denver. He's always good in Salt Lake. Like if Hunter Lawrence has a bad race, something happens like in these next two, and Tomac's able to capitalize, get some points back. Like you never know. Like after Detroit this year, I really don't want to say anything that to piss anybody off of saying like, oh, they've got it locked or whatever. Like, yeah, I really don't
Yeah.
know. So, but it's definitely these three guys. I mean, I think Ken Roczen has more of a chance to beat Hunter Lawrence straight up than Domac does right now. But like we said, like going into the last two, they're West Coast races. It's very different, and I don't know. I'm interested to see like how everything shapes up going into next weekend in Philly, or not next weekend in Philly, next weekend in Cleveland, just to see how the track develops and all that stuff, who it plays in its favor too, all those kind of things that's so unknown with this next race. So I'm excited. It seems like Ken Roxon has some weird presence there though. Like I don't really understand it. Like you know that there's like there's a Supercross watch party this weekend in Cleveland at this bar
Oh
called
yeah.
Shooters. I
Yeah.
guess he like owns it. Like
He has a bar with MGK. That's the
yeah,
first time I
and
learned
then
about it too. I'm
like
like, what?
he's doing like a pop up shop at like a Machine Gun Kelly's uh coffee shop too. So like I think it's a all like agency thing because they both have the same agent. I don't know if you
Ah,
know that or not.
there you go.
So that kind of makes a little bit more sense to me. But no, it's cool. Like they're doing all this stuff with Kenny. Like I think it's like Ken Roxon's feeling like the hometown guy in Cleveland for some weird reason. I don't really understand it, but
Well, he doesn't have a home race here. Hey,
yeah,
let's
yeah,
have one.
screw it. Yeah, Cleveland's it. I guess you know what I mean. He
I
just
mean,
made.
we had Brantley Gilbert and Theo Vaughn hanging out in Nashville. Why not? Bring more of these people in here. Get them wrapped into Supercross. I mean, personally, I'm not a huge fan of MGK's music, but dude, if it
Hey,
gets some
listen,
more
I
eyes on
am.
the
I ain't
sport,
gonna lie. I had a phase, dude. Bad phase back in the day.
are we talking rap era MGK or
Oh
punk
no,
rock?
no, like the pop punk stuff. Like
Ah, okay.
when
Take us
he's
to my
doing it
downfall,
with
like COVID
Barkley.
era.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
got you.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, I've
That was
never been
better.
huge. There's a couple
The rap
MGKs.
album.
But I mean, hey, bring more of them in. Bring some of these celebrities in here. Let them get introduced to Supercross. And we've had some over the years. Of course, Pink married to Carrie Hart. We saw Pink at some of the races, and get some folks in here. Whether they're from podcasting, athletes, whether they're singers, musicians, actors. Get them in here. Bring them to Supercross. Let them experience the racing. I know Theo Vaughn's like, man, this sport is mental, which was cool to see him enjoy it. But moving on, shifting gears to MXGP this weekend, Lucas Coenen put the belt to his competition. Granted, he tried to throw it away at the last. In the second moto, he tried to be like his brother and crash his brains out from the lead. Wasn't really a big crash, but he still tried to make things interesting. But dude, Lucas Coenen he's the guy. It's only 4 rounds in, but I think he's the guy. I would have thought that after Spain and even after Switzerland. I think Lucas Coenen's the guy to beat over there. The number five, still want to call him the 96, but a great weekend. Jeffrey Hurlings won the qualifying race. It's like, all right, Jeffrey versus Coonan showdown. Here we go. And then first moto, Jeffrey gets the lead early from his teammate Tom Vial. He gets a 6 second gap by the time Lucas is in P2. It's like, all right, we got Lucas versus Jeffrey. Can he claw him down? He doesn't just claw him down. He just mows through him. 20-second lead Lucas has by the end of the moto, which is just nuts. And then the second moto, like I said, I mean, it was the same thing. Coonan gets out front. He's gone, but he goes down. Not sure what happened, but he's down on the face of this jump. Jeffrey gets in range. Jeffrey's right there, a second or two behind, but he just doesn't make up enough time to get the win. And those guys in the second moto, even with Lucas's crash, they were 45 seconds over third. I don't know if you realized that. I don't know if you got to see the action or not. They were 45 seconds over third. And I think, if I remember correctly, Kai DeWolf had a nice little gap to fourth as well. And DeWolf got to third. DeWolf on the overall podium. Shout out to him. Only his third race of the season. Of course, he
Yeah, I think
missed
we
the
both
opener.
predicted that though.
Yeah, we got the podiums, man. We'll check out the podiums, all three of us, because Edward Heather, of course, our guy over there covering the GPs. We all had Coonan, Hurlings, DeWolf in some order, and we will check out the predictions later. But Lucas Coonan really trying to take control. I forget what the gap is exactly, but his points lead has been extended. It was only a few over Tom Vial. Tom has a bad weekend. 7-9, I want to say, for Tom. I think he went down in both motos. He was running third for a good bit of the first moto, but unfortunately went down. Then the second moto, not a great ride from Tom. Fevra went 3-4 to Wolf 4-3, so they split there. Geiser went down a few times, not a good weekend. He lost a good chunk of points as well. But Lucas Coonan really starting to look like the guy at the beginning of the year. I predicted him to be the champion after last year and what he did in his rookie season. I'm like, well, year two, he's going to step up. So far, this looks like the case. Lucas is on another level at this point, and briefly, I'll mention MX2. Sasha Kunin wins the first moto, controls it. Good start in the second moto. He's right there. Then he goes down. Langenfelder gets the overall win, his third in four races. Liam Everts back up on the podium. Not feeling like 100% according to the Colt boys and Ed's interview with him, but Liam's still on the podium. Tough weekend for Perez. He loses some spots there. He was running second in I believe it was the second moto, he was running second behind Langenfelder, just kind of cruising there. He was kind of in his sight range for a little bit, then he lost a couple seconds, but was still plugging along good. Goes down pretty hard at the end of one of those bigger bowl corners, loses several spots. So we had Langenfelder, Kunin, Everts podium. And also, I want to shout out Julius Mikula. Of course, a big fan of the privateers. Of course, my series, The Unsung Heroes, where I talk about and spotlight the privateer riders, talk with some of them. Julius Mikula, 5'8" for sixth overall, I believe. Career best, fifth place in the first moto. So shout out to the Czech privateer there. But here we are now. KTM domination in MXGP. What's new? It seems like it doesn't matter who the rider is, whether it's Cairoli, Hurlings, Prado, now Coonan, and of course in MX2, they just have a stranglehold. They've been dominant for longer. They're like the Star Yamaha over there, and they're even more dominant because it's only been like two or three championships in the last 12 years that KTM's lost. I don't know what your thoughts on the MXGP over in Riola Sardo was, but Coonan looks very impressive. Attaboy to Kaida Wolf for getting on the podium. I think really it's Coonan's championship if he can go out here and continue this level of success because we know he's insane in the sand.
Yeah, 100%. I think the obviously Chico was a sand race, and the three best sand riders in the world probably came to the front
One,
and
two, three.
rode a great race. Um, sorry, I think they're the best. Sorry about that. No, those are the three best sand riders in the world, no doubt.
Yeah.
They top anybody over here in the U.S. I think, and it's crazy how much they do it by. And I don't think anybody's surprised by the 450 podium. I think we all knew DeWolf would be good in the sand. We knew Hurlings was good in the sand. We knew Kuhn was good in the sand. Like,
And
that's
Jeffrey
just
and Lucas have been fast everywhere this year as well.
exactly too.
I
It's
mean,
like Jeffrey and Lucas have been the two best guys in the class. So who's that third guy? It's easy to say DeWolf, and that's exactly what happened. So, um, yeah, no, it was a good race to watch. I mean, Lucas was hammering in the first moto before his crash. Like it was actually crazy. Like I don't know. He just looked like he was on another level. And I don't know if friendly was going like 100% really because like once it got to like 10 seconds, it's kind of like survival at that point.
20 seconds on Jeffrey's nuts, though. I mean,
Yeah, no, I agree.
come
It's
on, man.
yeah. So I don't know. I think Lucas is definitely, like you said, got a strong hold on the championship right now, and I think it's going to be tough for anybody to come back and really do anything. But like you said, there's always those races where shit happens, and it's outdoors. It's way more prone to mechanicals than a race like Supercross, and the crashes can be lighter, but they can also be a lot harder than they can in super and like in Supercross, right? So, I
Lucas already
don't
has a DNF moto, too. And he's
exactly.
still leading the points.
I mean, they all freaking have a DNF moto. It seems
Yeah.
like, or like a throwaway moto at some point. So, but no, if you keep winning like you are, you start building the points lead. Like, I mean, if it gets to like 50, 60 points by within the next by the end of let's say end of May, which could easily happen, I think it's easy to say like Lucas Coon's gonna wrap this up, no doubt, and without a doubt. So yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes. The MX2 class, like the three best sand riders in that class probably won to or did the best. I think Langenfelder is just the best all around rider in the on a 250 right now, and outdoors like without a doubt. And um, Everton and Coonan are known to be sand guys too. So and then you had Perez obviously run up there. I picked him to win this weekend. Kind of bummed it didn't go his way, but um, I'm glad he's all right, and I think he'll keep swinging. But it's going to be hard to beat Langenfelder. I think it's going to be to win a championship from him. It's like it's you almost kind of wish he would have just moved up to the 40 class, but I'm sure the bonus money's pretty good. So
Oh, yeah.
what he,
I
what
mean,
he
hey, get to claim your two-time champion if he holds on. That's a
yeah,
pretty cool
yeah.
accomplishment as well. And he can join guys like Tom Vial, like Jorge Prado, that won a couple lights titles over there. Hey, man, you got another chance here in a few minutes to pick Perez again for the win, and I'm sure you probably will. But
Uh,
also,
it's like Tarantino, right? It's like the Blue Groove track.
yes, it is definitely way more hard pack.
I don't know,
And from the sands of the hard pack,
I'm picking Valan. I'm pretty sure Valan will win.
we got I'll look here. I'm still on the Nashville results before I pull up the stream. Obviously, Cleveland entry list not going to be super finalized yet. This is Tuesday morning and we're recording this, but we'll still check things out, look things over really quick. Shout out also to Giannis Rezulus. I think he's looking solid. He's looking pretty solid for a rookie, man. I'm impressed with him so far. But here we are, entry list for Cleveland at the moment. And now we have, I mean, it's the same guys when you look at the list so far. Hammaker, Shock, Thrasher, Adams, Davies, Gio, Miller, on down the line. Nothing crazy here. Obviously, like I said, it's Tuesday morning. Probably this evening, this afternoon, it's going to be a lot more updated. Of course, Landon Gordon back. Start number two. We got Marcus Phelps in there. We got Jace Kessler in there for the Dirt Bike Depot crew. 450 class once again. Only 33 right now. It's good to see Dean Wilson back in Nashville. He was pretty solid. 11th place finish. I thought that was a good run back for him. Of course, A-Rod in there trying to get in the main event for the Dirt Bike Depot fellas. Shout out to Zach Williams, who you see a little lower on the leaderboard. I had an interview with him for Unsung Heroes as well. First career 450 main event finally for Zach Williams. So close a couple times this season. Awesome to see Zach in the main event. Now, I don't know if MXGP's entry list is up or not for. No, it is not. Of course, it's not. But it's going to be the same folks again, of course. We have, there's some EMX 250 results. Ernecker with the red plate. Now, predictions. There you see Nashville. Curse is broken. I'm going back to normal picks. Vince Freezy, P15 in the main event. Attaboy, Vince. Thank you. Got that off of our backs. Not very good from us on there. Of course, I went through Nate Thrasher for the win. Almost happened, man. Random spots. Not very good success there either. Luke Clout was semi-close. Kevin Moran's was a couple spots off. Money Mitch, D&Q, sad. Unfortunate, man. He had 12 in a row, then D&Q's. Riola, sorry. Oh, look at that. Edward Heather. I mean, he does cover MXGP. He should win these predictions, technically. He's at the
Yeah.
races most weekends. We are not. But he nailed it. Coenen Hurling's the wolf. If I would have gone that way, I would have been there as well. If you would have gone that way, you'd have been there. But we did both get a spot right. Then MX2. Credit to Ed. He also nailed Everts. Myself and Ed both had Sasha Coonan winning. You had Perez winning. Now you see it at a 10-point lead very early in the season still. So a lot can change. That was only round 4 of 19. So a lot to still unfold. Cleveland, Triple Crown, random spot 13th. I'll go 250 class first because it's predictable. Cold. This microphone, man. It likes to spin today. Spin again. Cole Davies is going to win. I'm sure that's a very shocking prediction to everybody who watches the show. Seth Hammaker P2, that I'm sure that's also a shocking prediction to everybody who watches this show. P3, where do I go for that? Do I go Nate Thrasher? Do I go Dax Spinnick? I'm actually going to go Cody Schock. Cody Schock has podiumed in Triple Crowns before. Arlington last year. I got to try to make up some points. So I'm going to go Cody Schock for the podium. Then 13th, not an easy spot to pick. Random spot is never an easy spot to pick. We have these issues every week. Obviously, I think two all year. Let me briefly scroll. Okay, three all year. Three out of a possible, what would that be? 26 now? Yeah, three out of 26. That's a really good track record for random spots. Obviously, it's very hard to do. 13th in the 250 class. You know what? I picked him for 15th and he got 13th. Maybe if I pick him for 13th, he'll get 13th. Luke Clout. I'm going to go 2 weeks in a row. Luke Clout on the PRMX Kawasaki for 13th. Then my 450 podium. I'm going to go Hunter Lawrence for the win. Hopefully things go smoothly. I'm going to go Kenny for P2. Then it's Triple Crown. I think Chase, if he continues to be better, he could be up there. But I want to go Cooper Webb for the podium. It's a Triple Crown race. Cooper Webb, of course, won Houston. He just got back on the box in Nashville. There's my podiums. Not super confident in anything at this point other than Cole Davies winning. There's my picks. I'm 35 points behind. I don't expect to win this Supercross chip here. So I'm just picking. I could make big swings and try to go after it, but at the same time, like I'm trying not to lose credibility here. We got Hunter Lawrence, we got Ken Roczen, we got Cooper Webb. Then we got Cole Davies, Seth Hammaker, Cody Schock. 450 random spot, 13th. I'm gonna go Jordan Smith for 13th. Does he have the potential to be better than that? Absolutely. Is he coming off a 22nd place finish? Absolutely. So Jordan Smith, P13. All right, man. Cleveland, Triple Crown. I'm revved up for this weekend. What you got?
I'm gonna go 450 first. I think I'm gonna go Ken Roczen. I think Ken Roczen's gonna get it done. I think if the track develops in the sense that it works in Ken's favor, like where it's not super like hard pack or just beat to shit, like I think it'll be good. And if like he and Hunter Lawrence is kind of struggling with starts this week or the last couple rounds, and Ken Roxon's early release intensity is just so good. I just don't know. And like
Unreal.
if we look at Indy last year, if he doesn't go down, I think he wins. Or this year, he does. If doesn't go down, I think he wins. Um, so I think Ken Roxon's going to win the first moto, and then he's going to have a good second moto, and then he's going to probably win the third moto. I think this is going to how it's going to go. He's going to win 2 out of 3 and take it home. And then second, I don't know, probably Hunter Lawrence, just to be safe.
Hunter Lawrence. Yeah, safe pick for sure. P3.
And I mean, this is going to be crazy to say like a Jorge Prado. Jorge Prado in third.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Jorge's great. Like I think
He rips the
these
starts.
next couple races are going to be so start dependent. I mean, obviously triple crowns are, but I think Jorge can hang it in there for 3 motos for 10 minutes. Like I think he can do that. 250 first. I'm going to go Dax Bennick. This is kind of a swing, but I really don't. I actually believe this. Like
Okay.
I'm
I was
pretty
like, I
set.
thought you
Like
were kidding at first. I'm like, oh, he's not picking Cole Davies. Like, oh, come on. He's ribbing me here.
No, no, like
No.
I genuinely believe Dak Bennett can get them for the sole reason that I think he's gonna go like 3-1, 3-1 like two for first. Like I think Davies is gonna have like a rough race. Like I just don't. I think Davies like either gets like a terrible start and like goes down going through the pack, nothing bad, but just gets
Yeah.
like a seventh or something, and Dak's just gonna be Mr. Consistent and be like, yeah, even though you're winning two of them, I'm gonna win one of them, and like your seventh is gonna screw you because I'm gonna get third
Interesting.
and second. Like I don't know. I just think that's gonna happen. But I have Davies in second, so like I think Davies still gets second, and then I have I don't my Hammaker. I mean, it's pretty easy to pick these three on the podium. I mean, you can't really go wrong. Random spot 13th. Yeah, who's like Derek Kelly?
Okay.
Derek Kelly's either really good or really bad in the sense of like he has a good race or he has a bad race, and he goes down, he doesn't go down. It's like he's been kind of weird this year, but I got him 450 class 13th. I don't know, really don't know. I want to say like I don't even know. Don't even know. I who could make the main event and get 13? Like there's so many guys. Like you could pick like
Yeah.
this could be like
Uh,
Justin Hill or it could be like
Write down a
Justin.
list.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know.
I don't want to
Yeah,
put
I think
names in
that
your
like
head.
wait, what?
I said I don't want to put names in your head. I gotta fall back some space. I'm not gonna nail it in their end of spot, but if you don't pick one, I mean, it's more likely for me to get it.
Vince Freezy. I'm gonna go Vince. Vince on this.
Hey,
Good starter.
Vince Freezy. He's been 13th a
13.
couple times this year too.
He has.
I think so. Yeah.
That makes me feel better now. I like that
All
pick.
right.
Cornelius Tondel.
Cornelius, man.
Shout
Shout
out.
out. Whose standing
Talk
is it
to
anyway? Episode 3 is live. Tondell was on episode 2. Gotta get that plug in there. I'll plug it again at the end of the show. But dude, that LCQ start, it was really great. And he was solid for a couple laps, but just a couple rookie mistakes, man.
I
Hey,
I talked to
it's a
him like
Norwegian dude who's never raced Supercross before. I
yeah.
mean,
I talked to him before the press day. I was like, yeah, dude, like Supercross, like, yeah, we're going to give it a try. I'm like, yeah, man, like, what do you think? He's like, we'll see. I'm like, all right, I guess he's just like kind of winging it. So that's
hey,
fun.
props to him. Great to see him back in action. MXGP at Trentino, Pietro Murata. Probably butchered the name of the track, but that's what it's called. I'm gonna go a little bit off the wall here. I would be smart to pick Lucas Coenen for the win, but I think it's getting must-win time already for some of these guys. I think Tim Geiser is gonna get his first win aboard a Yamaha this weekend. I think the 243 is gonna be up there. He's gonna be ripping. I got Tim in first. I have Lucas P2. I don't think I can pick him to not podium. Yeah, he had a bad round in Argentina to start the year, but he's been pretty lights out since then. And then third place, I'm not going to go Hurlings. I'm not going to go Vial either. I'm going to say Roman Fevra gets up on the podium, the defending champion. He needs to start pulling things together if he wants to defend. I don't think it's going to happen with the way Lucas and Jeffrey are riding. But that's my podium. I think things are going to be slightly different this weekend. Then they're going to have a month off, bro. We've only run 5 rounds. They're going to have a month off. I'm
Tom's
disappointed.
coming to the
I,
U.S. I'm pretty sure.
I want more outdoors, man. I was watching, watching a sand race Sunday evening. Like I'm getting the itch for outdoors. I'm watching these boys just tear through the sand. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is so great. MX2 class. I'm picking Langenfelder, man. I every time I pick against Langenfelder, he wins. Every time I pick Langenfelder, he wins. So I'm just going to pick Langenfelder. P2, I think Liam Everts is going to be a step better this weekend. And I could see Sasha Kunin doing some kind of silly 225 this weekend or something like that. You said Mathis Villan. I am a Mathis Villan fan, but for whatever reason, I'm thinking something else. I could go with Ferez or McClellan. Nah, Giannis Rezilis, first career podium this weekend on the Yamaha. I think Blue Crew boys have a nice day in Trentino. but it doesn't matter because Langenfelder's going to win, I think. That's my predictions. I'll get Ed's a little bit later today, of course, after this show, but Trentino, round five. You don't have Perez. I want to hear your MX2 podium first because you were hinting at Villan for the win. Is that the case? Are we going Dax, Binnick, Mathis, Villan, 250 class victories this weekend?
I don't know if I could pick, but yeah, I'm gonna pick Volume for the win.
Uh,
I think it
there you
just,
go.
I don't know. It's like one of those like French hard pack tracks. Like you just kind of be like, yeah, like screw it. Throw a little guy up there that's got good form. Second, I'm gonna go Langenfelder. Third, I'm gonna go Lotta because Lotta has like unreal, like
Home race, or at least home
yeah,
country race again.
yeah. So I'm gonna go
Ladas
Lotta.
has flashes, yeah.
Like he's good, but he's like I think his technique's good, so I think that helps him on a track like this. 450, like you said, I think some of these guys are in must-win scenarios. I don't know if it's Tim Geisher's ready yet, but I do think Maxime Renault is gonna get the
Oh,
win.
oh,
Somehow he gets it done. I got Tom in second.
oh my. Frenchies running
Third,
wild.
third, I got I got Lucas Coenen. I don't think he gets it any worse than third. I can't not leave on the podium because I get
I'm like,
5.2.
come on, man. Throw out a Thibaut Benistant. I'm trying to think of any other French guys that are up there. Throw out someday. Throw out Febvre, man. I thought you were going to go all French podium in Italy, but
No, I can't do
yeah.
that. But
Yeah, can't leave
I
Kunin
think
off.
Renault and Vial are going to be on the podium at least. I think one of those two will win, to be honest with you. But we'll
I
see.
think
I
Tom
think
definitely could be up there.
yeah, 100%.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have our podium predictions in for the weekend. I'm not too confident on anything, like I said right now. I'm just kind of picking things. Riola Sardo went well, but it's sandy. We know what to expect on sandy conditions. Now we're here. Trentino this weekend, Cleveland this weekend. It's a triple crown this weekend. I'm going to be there. Jack's going to be there. I can't wait for the weekend. I'm very excited for it. Get back at the races. It's almost been 2 months since I was at the track. I was at Arlington for my last one. But thanks everybody for watching. This has been episode number 36 of the Stire Sound. Crazy to think we're already in episode 36. I say that a lot. Every few episodes, I'm like, oh man, we're already at episode number whatever. But be sure to check out my other stuff as well. Gotta plug some of that. Unsung Heroes, Jack's Boy Coos, Marcus Phelps on it this week. Zach Williams is on it. I will be editing it later today. Like I said, this is Tuesday morning. We're recording this. So I'll be grinding that out after I get this ready to roll and upload. Whose Standing Is It Anyway? Episode 3, our guessing game slash stats game slash ball knowledge, whatever you want to call it. Episode 3, very entertaining. It is up live, where two of my buddies attempt to guess riders solely based on point standings and manufacturers. Sometimes we throw
It's
more
pretty
hints.
funny. I got to get in there for an episode at some point. I think it'd be fun.
Hey man, I think one of these episodes where we have Edward on, maybe we can play it mid Stire Sound. We get Jack versus Ed on Whose Standing Is It Anyway? I mean, I would enjoy that personally.
I
You
would
know, we
too. I think it'd be fun.
that would be pretty fun. I mean, I can't go too GP heavy though, because Ed might Ed might start sweeping things if we go too GP heavy. You know what I mean? But hey, we'll get that on for sure. I think we'll have that on. I mean, I would say next weekend, but I think it might be a longer episode considering I'll be at Cleveland as well. We'll for sure have him on before the next GP or close to there, maybe after La Capelle, because it's a French track. French track's always pretty interesting. But thanks for listening, everybody. Episode 36 in the books. Cleveland this weekend, Trentino this weekend. Enjoy your weekends. If you're watching from home or if you're watching from the stadium, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, share the word, all that fun stuff. For Jack Noel, I am Trey Stire. This has been episode 36 of the Stire Sound. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next week to wrap up Cleveland. Thanks, everybody.